I mean, yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I would never even look at some guy's wiener, but it's a woman's wiener.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on people look at that differently too. Like, there's a lot of people that are very anti that label being put on trans women.
Two great comedians, Theo Von and Jim Norton, sit down and they talk about Jim Norton's wife, who is a man. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we call out lies, hypocrisy, corruption, and help spread the light of truth and freedom because truth conquers. Now, two phenomenal comedians, Theo Von and Jim Norton. Jim Norton has to be one of my favorite. They're doing a podcast together, and I didn't know this, but Jim Norton just shares, yeah, my wife is a man, and my wife, who's a woman, has a wiener. Now, I think this is relevant for two reasons. One, it's interesting, but two, and more significantly, this is the first time I've seen this kind of conversation in a level-headed, lighthearted way. I find it very interesting, very refreshing, where Jim Norton, who is married to a man who he says is a woman, definitely has a wiener, and they talk about that. It's just such a pleasant way. It's not like, she's a real woman, you need to acknowledge. It's like he's not even making a big deal of it, and he shares his perspectives. And Theo Von is just modeling like, cool, like that's cool, you're doing you. I found this so refreshing. I want to share a few clips of it that I found very interesting. Let's take it away.
And so it was like, but I think some of that's pretty normal. I'm amazed at a lot of my friends as I get older that prefer to date trans women.
Yeah, you'll find a lot of people that
it's a lot more than I ever expected.
Yeah, and it's part of people think like, well, it's this new thing, but a lot of it is people are just not hiding anymore,
right?
Or they're just not as afraid of it, or they're more aware of it because there's more people who are trans now, and there's more like, with surgeries and estrogen, and like, oh wow, that person looks great. Like, there's so many things people do. It's just, it's a part of the culture, and it's not going to go away. Like, I know some people.
Now, what I love about that with Theo Von is he's passing no judgment. Like, he's got different friends than me, apparently. None of my friends date trans women. It'd be okay if they did. I love Theo's attitude towards it. It's just so accepting. Yeah, some more friends of mine than I would have thought date trans women, which means these are guys dating men. I'm a fan of the truth. I'm not going to pretend it's a woman, but I love the acceptance of that's what them and their free will are choosing to do. I don't have to say, well, that's not what I want to do, so you're wrong. And I'm not going to say, that's definitely a woman. I'm just say, yeah, you're dating a man, and like, that's awesome. So I love Theo's just very lighthearted acceptance of his friends that are exercising their free will, their freedom to date who they want to date, to date whoever they want to date, who is pretending to be whatever they want to pretend to be. And that's something, honestly, I think us conservatives could do more of, practicing this lighthearted acceptance rather than us playing the role of a tyrant, sort of trying to infringe on other people's freedoms with a sense of, you shouldn't do that. It's like, well, if it's two consensual adults, they're exercising their freedom. And yes, I'll uphold truth by not pretending that's a real woman, but it's like, we can be more accepting. Easier said than done, and I think Theo's modeling it really well. Let's go on.
More people, I guess, now are more comfortable being themselves. Because you also, it's like, you know, I mean, when I was a kid, I'm older than you, so in the 70s, I got called a faggot all the time. I got beaten up and chased by older kids for doing little sexual things with boys. The word gets out, like, he's a faggot. Like, and it was nasty. So
wow.
And Ed Norton, he's long been very open to be bisexual, gay, you know, I guess that's bisexual. So he's talking about his experiences when he was younger, in this case, sexual experiences with boys. And later on, you'll see the clip, he seems to make the claim, yeah, I'm not gay right now. When in fact, lighthearted compassion, probably not the time for that. More time where I get rooted in truth. Like, well, the person you're married to that you call a woman is in fact a man. So to me, that's gay. And it's okay that if you want to pretend it's not. And I'm not knocking Jim Norton, like, you're bad. It's just like, all right, I love how he presents all this, except that definitely looks like a deviation from objective truth to me. But we'll see that part in a minute. We'll get back to the video in a minute, but first, do you know if you're getting enough magnesium? Because 4 out of 5 Americans aren't. And that's a big problem because magnesium is involved in over 600 biochemical reactions in the body. Today I want to tell you about the most common signs to look for that could indicate you are magnesium deficient. Listen carefully because at the end there's a special offer happening that could be exactly what you're looking for. Here we go. Are you irritable or anxious? Do you suffer from insomnia? Do you experience muscle cramps or twitches? Do you have high blood pressure? Are you sometimes constipated? There's dozens of signs of magnesium deficiency. These are just some of the most common ones. Now here's what most people don't know. Just taking any magnesium supplement won't solve their problems because most magnesiums can't be used or absorbed by the body. That's why I exclusively recommend Magnesium Breakthrough from Bioptimizers. It's the only full spectrum magnesium supplement with all 7 forms of magnesium that your body needs and can utilize. All Bioptimizer supplements are best in class, but if for some reason you feel differently, you can get a full refund, no questions asked. They're so confident they offer a full 365-day money-back guarantee. For an exclusive offer, go to bioptimizers.com/JPReacts and use promo code JPReacts at checkout for 15% off. That's bioptimizers.com/JPReacts, promo code JPReacts. And if you subscribe, not only will you get amazing offers and free gifts, but you'll also make sure your monthly supply is guaranteed. Now back to the video.
Pretty good.
I'll show you my wife's penis if you want, but she wouldn't care.
You're crazy, really?
Yeah, she wouldn't care.
Oh, dude.
You just have to let that sink in. I'll show you my wife's penis. All right. It's good that you think she's a wife. But again, I love the lighthearted acceptance of this.
Just do a drawing of it for me.
Okay, all right.
You think? All right, just show it. I'll kind of go like this a little.
All right. I won't show it on camera just because.
No.
I appreciate Theo's playful homophobia.
Just show it to me. I don't want to see all of it at once.
Oh,
though.
yeah. She's. I can't show it all on camera because she's a lady. She wouldn't care for that. No lady wants their penis shown completely on camera.
Oh, for sure. Dude, I don't even want to fucking look at it. If
I won't show it to you if you don't want to look at it.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
I like.
Let me see here.
So I guess he's drawing it.
You can. I won't just hit you with it.
Yeah, just don't surprise you. Don't be like.
Let me find an acceptable photo that she would be.
He's showing Theo an actual photo. I caught that wrong the first time I saw this. I thought it was a drawing.
Be proud of. Okay. No, she wouldn't like that. That's a video. I'll find one for you.
Yeah, take your time. I'm going to think about something else for just a minute.
All right. You want to see?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Whoa, brother. What the heck? Oh, my God, Jim. Your wife has that?
That's my lady. That's my best gal.
Wow. That is a tall pussy.
She's a tall lady.
Quite the ladylike wiener she has there, apparently. She's very manly-like in the wiener department.
I mean, yeah, I would never even look at some guy's wiener, but it's a woman's wiener.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on people look at that differently too. Like there's a lot of people that are very anti that label being put on trans women. But I think that, if you spend any time with my wife, it's not a man's brain. And people are like, dude, just admit it. You're gay. We don't care. I understand why people say that. Yeah. And I really do.
So I'll just pause real quick there. When he's talking about people say, admit it, you're gay. Well, he's admitted he's gay. I think he's in a place of, in his mind, he probably gets pretty leftist on this issue where he says, she says she's a woman. Definitely has a big wiener. So she's a woman. Therefore, this is a heterosexual relationship. I think that's where he's coming from. Therefore, he's saying, I'm not gay in this relationship when that might not be factually true.
Like, I get it. And again, I couldn't prove the point in court because my partner has a penis. Like, there's no way around that.
Yeah.
But unless you have a long way to time to walk, or a small ladder. But
that seemed like a woman's wiener to me.
Like, I have no idea if Theo actually believes that or if he's just being funny or both.
Yes, that's how I look at it. I mean, but I understand why people say just admit you're gay. But there's a difference, and I can't describe the difference, but I understand the difference.
So I can't describe the difference, but I understand the difference. I feel it internally. You know, there's the saying of facts over feelings. Feelings can be anything, and they may not be accurate with objective truth. And it's absolutely fine if one wants to make that like their North Star in the sky on a given issue. It sometimes, like, whatever, doesn't make a difference. Like, play imagination, and that's fine. Other times it leads you wrong, where it's better to be rooted in reality. Like if you're driving a car, I would recommend you're not playing by your imagination, you're not going by feeling, you're going by facts and objectivity in the situation. But this is Jim Norton making his free will choice. And I love he's not being dogmatic about it, not being pushy, and I like how Theo he's just being accepting. And also, maybe in a perfect world, Theo would stand for objective truth, but this is a friend of his, and he probably doesn't feel like this is his hill to die on right now. Just my speculation.
If I was a homosexual at this age, I would tell people I don't give a fuck. Like if it's not that I'm running away from saying something that people think I should say. You know, sometimes I miss vaginas. I mean, I like them.
Yeah.
But
hey,
not
here
as much.
we are.
Here we are.
So I found that interesting. Is there a lot to learn from this? Maybe not a heck of a lot. However, perhaps the idea of being open and accepting when people are just exercising their free will. However, when they start to infringe on other people's rights, children, rightful women's public spaces, and ask us to participate, compel our speech into obliterating objective truth, that's when I say, hey, acceptance has its place, but when you ask me to compel my speech and participate in destroying truth, that's where I stand firm on the side of truth. That's when it becomes my hill to die on. Nobody had a hill to die on here, and it was a beautiful conversation that I think modeled the acceptance part pretty darn well. Look at the archetype of Matt Walsh. If you need an example of someone just rooted in when it's time to stand for objective truth on this issue. But nonetheless, I also just love the comedy of Jim Norton, love the comedy of Theo Von. So I found this two interesting comedians talking about a very relevant cultural issue. With that said, let me know what you think about all this in the comments below, and I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. But until then, stay free.